Right now I'm actually an art teacher in North Carolina, and I love it. And as a teacher, sometimes you don't want to live through the work of your students, so you have to really push your own work and continue to develop yourself as an artist. So I went online and I decided, okay, this year I really want to look into something that's going to build my skill level and my experience. I had a little bit of experience working on a larger scale, and it just seems like my work kind of seems to grow as I continue to work, getting larger and larger.
Just looking at the murals, you can kind of get a sense of the specific street or district that it's in, but it's not until you really work with the artist and the maker that you see oh my gosh, this mural is probably actually 50% made by, the people that it's talking to. People from the community actually are given a voice through the paint.
You need extra hands, and along the way, if you can share some of the experiences that are important for making these things happen, and then you're contributing to a younger generation of artists coming up.
It's just nice to be around other like-minded people, and like you said, working towards the same goal. Learn how other people kind of do their process, that even though we're different, working on the same thing, it can still blend and flow and come together as one.
I've met a few people in this community so far, just have come up and asked me questions about the mural. And I'm hoping that I make some relationships with those people and they give me some insight into how to better interact with communities as I'm doing community work, because that's what's really important.
They help artists find the money to do what they want to do, and that's a real issue that people face, and it's a reason that people are scared to look at art as an actual career. So I think that Mural Arts offering this internship and showing them that this is a way that you can get a career in the art field.
Experiencing other people along with making art for people is kind of just really the whole point of art for me. Is you learn and then you give.
Philly Mural Arts is providing education and jobs and refuge for a lot of people and really changing a lot of lives, and that's the biggest impact of it all. I feel like the social practice of what's being done is the most interesting part of Philly Mural Art.
And I try and get the most out of every minute that I'm here, and I've gotten a lot out of it. I would say engagement, personal engagement, and building relationships, and I think that's also on a long-term basis what you're going to get out of it, because I've built relationships with a couple of people now that I know I can call any moment, and say, hey, can you give me advice? What should I do? Can I have a meeting with you? And people are super open to that.
Art is hard work, and it's full of hard labor, but it's very rewarding, and that you go home tired and you come back the next day and see the work you've done, and I think that's probably the most important thing. Also, just to be around artists who are living it, living the artist's life, and it's a good way to see if it's for them.
Joe is a very, very awesome person. His artwork is extremely detailed but simplistic at the same time. If I can see what an amazing artist what he's doing and how he goes about it, I can find my own way.
Because I work with two artists, so it's very different styles, and it was nice to see there's so many ways to go about it. And I think I always thought there was just one way of how this mural gets on the wall. But it's just so individualized. It's helped me not be so insular as an artist. I knew that once I graduated, being a full-time studio artist right off the bat was sort of really impractical. So I figured at least this way I could keep my hand in the art world. I think it takes some of the strain off of having to focus so much on it, and you focus on the technical stuff. So I would say for future interns, just be open to being around that community, because I think it's a really important part of the discourse of being an artist.
what you're thinking. I run my mouth too much. That's low pH stack. Big visions high. Yeah, well, I see plastic and glass and shine.